The Precious Jewel Foundation, which was founded in 2015 by Sophia Momodu, is a Nigerian charity dedicated to catering to vulnerable women and children. The foundation also provides essential educational resources to underprivileged children. Since its inception, the foundation has engaged in a project called Each One, Feed One. Now, the project entails feeding 500 people in different locations every 2 months, although it hasn't happened in the year 2023. But arrangement is at an advanced stage for this all-important outreach. For more on that, we're now being joined by the founder and chief executive of Precious Jewel Foundation, Sophia Momodu. I want to say thank you very much for joining us
Thank you for having me
here on Arise News Now. Now, Sophie, let's start. Can you tell us about this Precious Jewel Foundation and its mission to support children, widows, and also educate women on postpartum depression?
Yes, thank you again. Precious Jewels Foundation started in 2015, and we centered around, vulnerable children and women. And also we did a lot of talks on postpartum depression, because at the time I became a mother and I realized that postpartum depression is something that I wanted us to discuss more on, that we were not really focused on in Nigeria. And so we started the conversation pretty much in Nigeria around postpartum depression. And then during the lockdown, we realized that we needed to focus on widows as well. Okay. So we reached out to a bunch of widows that we were feeding during the lockdown, and the turnout was really good. And then there's other projects under Precious Jewels. As we continue talking, we would touch on those topics as well.
When I see young people engage in philanthropy, the big question is why some people are trying to probably put money together to jagba, and others are trying to be self-sustaining. The question is, what's the motivation to be able to give out? Because you're not the richest. But what drives you to want to do this? Because it costs a lot of money.
It does. It starts with me, to be honest. Like what we're about to do tomorrow, which is a program where we reach out to, it's a back-to-school program that we have for kids. It's been going on for 3 years now. It started with me because I remember, as a single parent, going back to school, I'm excited during the holiday, yes, but going back to school, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's time for school fees, it's time for like school books, it's time for different things. And while other people are doing the Jackbar movement and some people are trying to enrich themselves, what happens to the people who actually need help? It starts with us, it starts with me, it starts with you.
True.
So somebody's got to do it.
I'm glad you said somebody's going to do it. And several people will be happy tomorrow, and you put smile on children's faces tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So talk to me. How do you believe access to basic needs like books, bags, food can actually impact the educational journey of a child? It's,
like I say, I like to use myself as a point of, as a starting point, because I remember being raised by a widow. I would literally take on my mom's worries, because kids are very sensitive.
True.
We don't like to recognize that fact. Kids would literally feel the energy of the house and carry it on their shoulders. Just imagine a child who doesn't have to worry about school books, because there are kids who don't have access to school books. There are kids who don't have access to uniforms. They don't even know what they're going to eat at home, talk less of at school.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I believe that when the child has less to worry about, like school books and school bags and even school uniforms, sometimes when we do these outreaches and we get to this school, some kids are there without even shoes on their feet.
Correct.
So I believe that with that less thing to worry about, they can focus on their education.
Which is very, very important,
yes,
understanding that we're now beginning to see more out-of-school children on our streets.
Yes.
But I want to focus on the successes, because I'm sure you have one or two success stories that has kept you going over the years.
Yes.
Talk to us, share some with us.
So our back-to-school outreach is in its third year now.
Okay.
So tomorrow we're doing the annual back-to-school. Last year was amazing. The turnout was really good. We were able to reach out to 500 schools in 500 kids in 5 schools.
Wow, that's a lot.
And the feedback from the parents to the children to the teachers was amazing. And another thing that has really encouraged us, that makes us want to go back, and this time we're doing 650 kids in different schools, is the fact that we did not just give back to the kids. We like to follow up on their studies and how well they are doing. And there's been a rise, you know, in their academics. They're doing much better. The teachers are we're following up with the teachers, and we're hearing really great feedback, and we're really excited. Because just knowing that we can alleviate that child's issues and worries and help them focus more on academics is a blessing.
It's quite commendable, I must say. But
Thank you.
I'm sure your foundation actually saw a challenge and decided to alleviate that particular challenge. So what is the challenge you've actually seen with these kids, and what are you really addressing for those, just for the sake of those that probably want to understand what you do better and maybe want to partner with you?
I really like that question. So my team and I, we did a survey. It was a survey that was done before we even decided to embark on this project, because it's a project that literally just coined out of our foundation 3 years ago, like I said. And we realized that when we went into the streets to talk to parents and to just people in general, what is your challenge with your child education? It was school fees, you know, school uniform. I don't even know as my pikin go take carry bag go school. We don't even get money for school books, you know. And I realized that, listen, even though it's on different levels, we all kind of have the same struggles. Yeah. So I was like, okay, you guys, we need to give back. We definitely need to reach out and help kids in school. Because education is very important.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's very, very important. And we're excited that so far the turnout has been amazing. There's been a bunch of organizations who have reached out as well. I feel like as we continue to go on, I will be able to explain more on that.
And that's where, that I was about to touch on that particular issue. Because, like I said, these things do cost quite a lot of money.
It does.
And usually one person cannot carry the burden alone.
At all.
So certainly, so if you were to solicit for support, and if you were to actually be open, I think that's the right word, be open for support and partnership, in what areas do you think you need the most support and partnership at this moment in time?
I would like to first start by saying a quote that donations are not just by giving, you're also impacting people's lives. So I would like to say that if any organization or anyone is looking forward to or who's interested in helping out, I would like to say it's not just about money. A single pencil can reach out to a child and help a child, you know. Don't think that whatever you're doing is too small, because it's not easy. It takes a lot to be able to give without expecting anything. And you know, you first have to have it at the back of your mind that you're helping a total stranger, that you have no idea how, you know, much of an impact you're making in that person's life. So I would say reach out to Precious Juice Foundation NG at gmail.com. Nothing is too small. We are very grateful for whatever help in whatever capacity is possible for you. So
we're running out of time, so permit me to just actually barge in here and actually just find out from you, because you mentioned tomorrow being a special day.
Yes, it is.
What you intend to do.
Yes.
Let me put you in trouble a little bit. Talk to us. What are people to expect, and are people still open to attend tomorrow's event?
It's not just a single event. We're going to 5 different schools on the mainland, and we're reaching out to 650 kids this time. Last year we did 500 kids, but we feel more encouraged because, not only, like I said to you earlier, the turnout, the feedback from the parents, the prayers, the thank yous, and then not just the thank yous, the effects that it had on each child's lives and their academics was outstanding. So tomorrow we're reaching out to 650 kids, like I said.
So which schools?
They are all on the mainland.
Come on, okay, all on the mainland.
Yes, right. So we have 3 schools in Obalende and 2 schools in Yaba.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So 650 people.
Yes. If the crowd is interested, you know, if the audience is interested in joining, please send us an email to Precious Juice Foundation at Precious Juice Foundation NG at gmail.com, and you would get swift response from the team. We're super excited. We're not only giving out to schools stationaries and stuff this year, we're also supplying the entire schools with uniforms, and we're also paying for the lunches for the kids, because some kids don't eat at home.
True.
Knowing that when you get to school, you're not just going to be hungry. You're going to, you know, there's also lunch to have in school, and you know, the child is inclined to focus more on their education. We're really excited.
All right, tomorrow you say, and finally from me, I would like to find out from you, because we look at children, we always say they are the future of tomorrow.
Indeed.
And this actually plays a crucial role, like a stepping stone to the next level. So, talk to me. Is your foundation still involved in other auxiliary things and projects and other key things? Talk to us about
Yes,
that.
we're still very interested in the conversation around postpartum depression for women. We're still very interested in helping vulnerable children.
Okay.
You and I were the kids that were being talked about as the leaders of tomorrow, and here we are. Tomorrow is here for us, you know. So
yes, it is.
it's real. It's not just a quote. Children are the leaders of tomorrow, and we need to play our parts. It's not just about jack buying and enriching our lives.
It's quite comforting to hear that, because certainly I share that sentiment that not everybody can leave Nigeria. Not everybody should leave Nigeria.
I mean, it's okay to go on a holiday once in a while and come back.
Sophia Momodu, I want to say thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
I wish you all the best and great success on your outreach tomorrow.
Thank you so much.